Sometimes we're given the equation of a circle and we're asked to find the coordinates of the center of the circle and the radius of the circle. And it's not clear from here where the radius and the center are. So we need to rewrite this in something called the standard form. So the standard form for the equation of a circle is where we have two complete squares. So we have x minus a squared, y minus b squared, together equal the radius squared, where a is the x coordinate of the center and b is the y coordinate of the center, and r is the radius of the circle. So really our problem now becomes one of rewriting this equation into this form. And to do that, we have two sets of completing the square. So you've got x squared and 6x that you need to rewrite as x minus a squared. And you have y squared minus 2y that you want to rewrite as y minus b squared. So remember, when completing the square, you take the coefficient of x and you divide it by 2. So that will give us x plus 3 squared. But then you immediately need to subtract that same number squared. So we need to subtract 3 squared. And then we do the same for y. So we take the coefficient of y, negative 2, and we divide it by 2. So that becomes minus 1 squared minus 1 squared. Now, when we always have a minus sign here, and it doesn't matter, because strictly speaking, we should have said minus 1 squared, but that doesn't matter because we're squaring anyway. So we might as well just say minus 1 squared. Minus 15 equals 0. So now this looks much closer to this because now we know the coordinates of the center, but we still don't know the radius. So we need to combine all these numbers together. So we're one step away of finding the radius. So x minus 3 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 9 plus 1 plus 15, which is 25. So I can write that as 5 squared. So I can now say that the center of the circle remember we said it's a and b. So a is what's subtracted from x and b is what's subtracted from y. So the center will be 3 and 1, and the radius will be 5. So the radius is always the square root of this number. So in this case, it's 25, and square root of 25 is 5. So that's how you would rewrite an equation like that in standard form in order to find the coordinates of the center and the radius. So you'd separate the x terms from the y terms, and then you'd complete the square once, complete the square a second time, and then you'd combine all the constants and rewrite it in standard form.